Morning folks, hope you're having a great Saturday morning. Just doing a quick video on some of the products I use to detail my 2012 Chevy Equinox. What I like to do is try to wax it 4 or 5 times a year, and I try to wash it on a weekly basis. Usually before my first main wax of the year, I certainly give it a real thorough wash. I like to use Mother's Carnauba wash and wax, and then I'll go over the entire car with Mother's California Gold clay bar kit that gets all the tar and road grime off the paint rather than waxing over top of it. Once I'm done that, I'll usually give it another wash because I find it leaves a lot of residue from the clay bar in your vehicle. And the next step is I'll use my Tropical Gold. It's a Carnauba finishing wax. I'll usually put a couple coats of that on after. And in between washing and waxing throughout the year, after I wash the vehicle and chamois it off, I'll go over it with the wash and wax Armor All detailer, or the Mother's has a similar product too. And what this is supposed to do is supposed to put a light coat of wax on. Does it? It's hard to say if it does much or not, but certainly it keeps a shine up between waxing. And the big thing too is when I wax the vehicle, I always use a clean microfiber cloth. That one's ready to go in the wash. And the nice thing with the Tropical Gold is I use one microfiber cloth to apply it, and then to actually take this polish off or wax off usually only requires about 2 to 3 small microfiber cloths. It's not like the old turtle wax trying to get that stuff off. This goes on nice and easy and comes off nice and easy. And between waxing, the water's still beating on the paint. As you can see, I've used those products in this vehicle for the last couple years, and still has a great shine for being a 2012, and we're up in Canada where we do get a lot of salt. Another thing I do on a yearly basis is I rust check the vehicle. I bought the kit myself, and I do it sometimes twice a year in the fall, and in the springtime I just touch up the spots that had worn off over the winter time. I'd like to also mention one thing that I always wax too is the headlights. All my chrome trim, bug deflector, I always put at least a coat or two of wax on the rims. Usually do all the windows, including the windshield. I like a nice bead on it, and I always do the tail lights. And a lot of areas that a lot of people actually miss is the roof. Always make sure to wax your roof, because that's one of the areas that gets cleaned on a very little basis by a lot of people. They tend to clean, you know, the areas that they can reach. So what I typically do when I wax the roof is I'll actually just stand on the back tire. That way I can reach up top to wax it, and I'll even open the front driver's side and passenger side doors and stand on the door sill. That way I can reach up top there. Anyways, just another thing too is I'll usually use what's called ice wax, and I'll do all my plastic too. A lot of people don't wax that, and it usually has a tendency to dull out and get gray. I don't use the Carnauba wax for that because I find it will leave white marks on it. So I find the ice wax, the liquid ice wax, actually works perfect for that. The Tropical Gold actually goes on and comes off. I just put a little drop on the hood. They actually always say to wax like this, not in circles. And as you can see, it dries pretty quick. It's fairly warm outside today. It's hard to really see much of a haze, if you can see it at all. And then I usually let it dry for about a minute. and then you buff it off. And the nice thing about this wax too, with some polishes and waxes on a dark colored vehicle, it leaves a smudge mark. So if you waxed here and missed a spot up there, sometimes you can actually see where you applied the wax and where you forgot. With this, it actually doesn't do that, which is great for darker vehicles. Anyways guys, just a quick video on some of the products I use throughout the year. I do several family vehicles with these products, and so far they've been working great. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, you may want to consider subscribing, and have yourself a great Saturday.